Good morning. Want to start with a tropical update here in the WTOC Weather Center. We got an update from the National Hurricane Center about an hour or so ago talking about this area of what we'll call disturbed or stormy weather. There was just basically a disturbance in the fluid-like atmosphere producing showers and thunderstorms here in the Caribbean, the northwestern portion of the Caribbean. It's really just an elongated mess right now. There is no organization to this. There is nothing tropical about this just yet, other than there is tropical moisture associated with it. That moisture is actually streaming up into our neck of the woods, state of Florida, Cuba, wringing out all this moisture. That's been the case for about a week now. We're going to continue to have this stream of moisture going into the deeper into the upcoming work week. So if you're just now joining us, time now 11:04. Thanks for watching. Roku, Amazon Fire, News app, Weather app, Facebook page, Twitter account. I'm going to periodically go through social media here, answer any questions that you may have. Right now, I'm going to the main WTOC Twitter page, and I will be retweeting the stream here. And if you want to ask a question, of course, Twitter, but also Facebook, going to be going to the main page, answering any questions you may have, whether it is about this tropical disturbance or what may become tropical, or if it's just about the forecast outside. We do have a few showers developing. And before we get to today's forecast and the possibility of rain, the likelihood of rain, we do have some showers already developing out there. Want to talk about this system. It's not tropical yet. X kind of denoting where it is now, or at least the general storminess there. It's going to be tracking, kind of drifting, if you will, off to the north and west here over the next several days. So it's going to take its sweet time even getting into the Gulf, but it'll get there Wednesday, Thursday. And then we're going to watch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what exactly it does once it gets there. National Hurricane Center is saying this has a 20% chance of obtaining or getting eventually, if it sits over warm enough water for a long enough time period, it may get some subtropical or tropical characteristics. Now, water temperatures out here are warm enough, but not necessarily elsewhere in the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll call it borderline out there. And wind shear is going to be pretty elevated across portions of the Gulf of Mexico, especially, central and southern Gulf, so it may be encountering better conditions as it gets a little closer to the coast. Again, this is just a very early look, things subject to change here, but that is a first take for you. Again, the chance of it becoming a tropical depression or tropical storm, 20% chance within the next 5 days. Specifically, we're watching the last couple days of the work week or so into next weekend, and again, not expecting it to do anything within the next 2 days. So I'm sure we have some questions coming in considering the subject matter. Let's see. Hey, Caitlin, thank you for watching. George, yeah, regardless of what this does, more rain in the forecast this week. Hey, Tina, thank you for watching. Ned, watching in Quincy, Florida. You're getting a lot of rain as well. Brenda, don't know if we're going to have any direct impacts, but what I do know is this is going to throw a lot of moisture into the Gulf Coast and the southeast, so maybe inadvertently, or not inadvertently, indirectly impacting our forecast and boosting our rain chances late weekend of the weekend. Kevin wants to know, will it get bad in Baxley? Again, guys, this is just showers and thunderstorms way out in the middle of nowhere, somewhere most of us have never even been. Right now, it's just showers and thunderstorms down in the Caribbean. This is not a tropical system. There is no direct path with this, and it does not have a name. So there is a lot to be found out, to be watched over the next several days. Going back to satellite here again, it's just showers and thunderstorms, basically like what we've had for the past several afternoons, just over the ocean. It's not what's happening now. It's not what's going to be happening tomorrow, nor the next day. It is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Once it tries to get up into the Gulf of Mexico up there, conditions may become a little bit more favorable for some sort of subtropical or tropical development. Now, forecast models are absolutely all over the place with this as far as what it becomes. Probably something weak, depression or storm, if it does even get a name or become tropical, and where it goes. I mean, we're talking a range from, off the east coast of Florida to the Texas-Louisiana border. And that's if it becomes something. There's a lot to be resolved here, and unfortunately I can't give you a specific answer just yet. I just want you to know that we're watching it. We're just letting you know that we have our eyes on it for you, so you don't have to worry about it at this point. And that's kind of it. We don't encourage you to worry about anything right now. I've kind of summarized all of this on my Facebook page. WTOC Cutter Martin. If you would like to go over there, give it a like. I've posted, a still image, and we're going to talk about it more in the live feed here. But if you do want to refer back, you can go over to my Facebook page as well. Joseph, thank you for watching. Jamie says, hope it doesn't rain on the weekend. Emily wants to know, what is the probability of it moving east? I mean, technically, guys, let's zoom this out here. I mean, technically, we are already, the showers we're seeing now already being drawn in part from the tropical moisture feed that is associated with this tropical system. So we're already kind of in the tap here as far as tropical moisture is concerned, but this will be moving off to the west-northwest or northwest over the next several days. And from there, once it gets here, let's say Wednesday, Thursday, this is the time to watch, but from there, it could really do just about anything, and it depends partially, as far as the track is concerned, on if it develops or not. Remember, this is not a sure thing, but it's just getting to be that time of year. Memorial Day weekend is coming up, and this could really soak some beach plans, especially Gulf Coast and the state of Florida, Florida beaches, both coasts, Gulf and Atlantic, the Keys. It's just something to keep an eye on. So we just want you to be aware of that, and we'll continue to update you as we get more information. Thank you for watching, Sandy. That means a lot. Let's see. Malaya and Heath Griffin want to know, what is the probability of rain Saturday in Brunswick? I'm going to get to that extended forecast now in just a moment, but first I want to go back to today. We're going to shift gears here. Remember, we're going to continue to keep you updated. Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley is going to be posting a video in the WTOC weather app shortly, just after the new newscast, probably talking about this and any new data coming in. So we'll keep you updated. Just a casual eye on it from this point on. We'll let you know if there is something we need to watch more closely. But in the meantime, I want to talk about today, and before we get to that, I want to remind you, WTOC weather app, this is the place to look for that video that Dave's going to be posting talking about this tropical disturbance, if you will. There already is a video in there now talking about today's weather and kind of the tropical moisture around the region, but be on the lookout for the video in the top of the homepage in the WTOC weather app here shortly after the noon newscast. I want to take you outside right now. WTOC downtown RPI roofing Skycam. Notice the clouds building up out there. Definitely noticing those clouds really growing, and now we're starting to see that those clouds are producing some showers. So Safe Touch Security First Alert Live radar right now, there is some shower activity, and kind of like we were talking about this morning, primarily south and west of Savannah. We have a little shower on the south side, just inside the Bryan County line, kind of south of the Ogeechee. Moving westward, one little shower, a little blip there, southern Effingham, west of Goshen in 21. And a couple more showers here offshore trying to get inland. Putting this in motion, I want you to know and kind of see that a lot of this is going to stay, most likely, the focus today is going to be south and southwest of the city of Savannah. And you can see how they're building in, they're trying to build in. They did get north of the Altamaha River. This is that mid-morning batch of showers we were talking about this morning. But the focus is going to shift a little further south and west as the day goes on. So low country driest, south of the Altamaha wettest. That is the trend through the day, though just about anybody, including the low country, could get a quick shower through the day. So that's radar. What's been happening, what is happening right now. I want to walk you through the future now with First Alert hour by hour, beginning essentially now, 11 minutes ago, 11 o'clock time now, 11:11, good luck. And as we go through the day, notice how 1, 2, 3, Douglas, Baxley, Waycross, Jessup, Blackshear, Nahunta, Brunswick, Camden County, Coffee, Jeff Davis counties, Bacon County, Alma, all the communities here south of the Altamaha River and kind of bordering the river there, your rain chance going to be greatest today. Probably, starting now, we're seeing some showers down there through about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, this evening. And this latest run is keeping some moisture here, Douglas, Waycross, maybe Alma, over to Blackshear, kind of in the Pierce-Brantley County area, but generally diminishing as we get towards sunset, and then especially as we get past sunset, we'll see rain at least temporarily settle down before the flow begins to increase off of the ocean once again early tomorrow morning. A few spritzes along I-95 and the Savannah Metro. So that's today's forecast. Before I get to the 7-day, I know folks want to know about that Memorial Day weekend. I'll break it down for you, I promise, here in just a second. In fact, you know what? Let me load up the 7-day, and I'm just going to let it sit there while I answer some of your questions coming in. We have quite a few coming in now. Samantha wants to know about the forecast here. She has friends coming in from Atlanta. Here we go. Even without anything tropical whatsoever, we're going to continue to have scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast, so I do have that chance up around 50%. At this point, it looks scattered. If we see more moisture from that tropical wave or disturbance down in the Caribbean, we'll probably need to increase the rain chances and decrease the amount of sunshine we see. So there are definitely question marks Saturday and Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, but right now, even without that tropical disturbance, we do have scattered rain in the forecast, Samantha. So this is something to keep in mind, and weather could impact some of those plans, but it's not worth canceling right now. Let's give it till Thursday or so. Let's wait a little longer to see how it goes, but rain kind of like what we have had already in the forecast. Anita, hopefully that helps. Thank you. Rhonda, Saturday evening, she has graduation. Scattered thunderstorms like what we saw Sunday. You know, it just depends on timing, and unfortunately, I can't be that specific just yet. But there will be rain around this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I can tell you that for sure. In our specific area, rain will be falling, but it's not going to be 100% coverage as it looks right now. There will be breaks. You will be able to get some stuff in, again, as it looks as of this forecast. Let's see. Thank you, Rhonda, for watching. Caitlin, yes, we needed the rain. Sheila says it's raining in Hinesville. Thank you for that report. Cairo says getting cloudy in Richmond Hill. Yeah, you have some showers in your vicinity, Richmond Hill, especially south and west of town. Samantha, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. That really means a lot. Janine, thank you. Felicia, what about Liberty County? You do have a rain chance in Liberty County, and your rain chance is actually going to peak between now and which is 11:14 and maybe 1:32 in the afternoon. And then in Liberty County, I think the rain is going to kind of shift mainly south and west of you, down towards Jessup and Waycross. But you do have rain in that general area, so you know, you have a chance. It's and before we go back into the 7-day forecast, I am going to pull out Saturday and let you know why that may impact that forecast, the system to our south. But let's go back to today. So getting some more questions about today. Here we are, 11 isolated showers. In fact, this model a little drier than what's actually occurring. But the trend today by 2-3, a lot of this is going to focus south of the Altamaha. I think we'll have a couple of showers in here. This model even indicates that by 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And maybe we'll keep those going through late afternoon, the very early portion of the drive home. I'm going to step out of the way here. Notice how in Savannah we are mostly dry through late afternoon. A lot of that is out here, Vidalia, Baxley, Waycross, Douglas, Pierce-Brantley counties, Camden, Glenn County, Ware and Wayne counties. This kind of far southwestern portion of the area, your rain chance is a little greater today, and it's going to go a little longer, perhaps maybe till 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then we'll see rain gradually subside. So hopefully that kind of explains today's forecast. Now I'm going to, you're welcome, Malaya and Heath. Thank you, Anita, for watching. Yeah, be on the lookout for that update. Dave Turley's going to post it in the weather app shortly after the new newscast. Don't expect too many changes, but he'll be able to break it down for you, and you can sit there and rewatch it if you are trying to figure out exactly what's going on and you just want to rewatch it again, or you can just let your friends, your family know where it is without having to rewatch the live video. Okay, so pulling out Saturday, scattered showers and storms regardless of whatever happens in the Gulf or the Caribbean. And this is the setup. Area of high pressure, little Bermuda Ridge, pretty seasonal feature here to our east. A trough of low pressure to our west. And we're just stuck in between. It's kind of a funnel of moisture into the Gulf Coast, Central Gulf Coast, the southeast U.S. They've had flooding up in Richmond, D.C., the mid-Atlantic. We've had a pretty wet weather pattern, and this just doesn't want to budge. Now it's just tropical moisture, but looking ahead, if we see something develop down here, it may have a more northward movement to it. It may be pulled up more or less into the United States. Now, that is just speculation at this point, but this is why we're watching it closely, because we already have that tropical feed of moisture. So if something were to close off, and what I mean by that is form an area of low pressure, get a name or something like that, maybe become a depression, it would be drawn northward, and it would put a lot of moisture over a very broad area. So we're not talking about big-time impacts in a small area. We're talking about maybe more moderate impacts, like a lot of rain on areas that have already seen quite a bit of rain over a big area. So that's the setup we're looking at right now, and that's why we're keeping an eye on it, and that's why you need to keep an eye on the forecast, because not only is it a weekend, it's Memorial Day weekend. So if you have Florida plans, cruise plans, beach plans, Gulf Coast, Florida Panhandle, anywhere like that, just keep an eye on the forecast, and we'll be keeping you updated. Remember, we have our live digital newscast every day at 11 a.m. Also in the evening, we have videos in the weather app, and time now 11:18. We're coming up on, about only 40 minutes until the news at noon. Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley is here just out of shot, looking at the data, fine-tuning the forecast. He's going to have the complete presentation coming up on the news at noon, and that video update talking about this tropical wave down in the Caribbean. He will have that in your phone just after the news at noon. Have a good afternoon, everybody.